Alright gentlemen, it's been roughly 5 minutes. Let's get started here. Thank you for your patience. Um, so, as I explained, this is a Dungeons & Dragons game. We do have a new player, so I'll just go over how to play real quick. It's very easy. The game will start with a Dungeon Master describing to you a situation. And then you the players will get to choose what you want to do based on the situation. And then, if there's any risk involved, we'll roll dice. And the Dungeon Master will help you determine the results of your actions. And the game continues. That's the sequence of play. Alright, so to begin, I'll tell you that it's currently early summer. It's early May, 5th day of the first game week of May, and your crew of adventurers find themselves forming a party in the village of Zigden, which is a small medieval settlement near some great lakes in the midst of cultivated farmlands. And you formed up looking of course for golden glory, and you've already been tasked out by the village, right? Your crew of roughly 5 adventurers have been asked by the village of Zigden to investigate the region around Zigden's eastern hamlet. Reason for this is because there have been raids during the night from the east, and during the day there have been assaults and attacks along the roads, the trails between the hamlets and Zigden, right? So there have been a rise of crime in the area. So you've been asked to investigate and do what you can about it. They believe the issue is being caused by mainly kobolds at night from the eastern lands, and at least from the south, raiders, brigands, outlaws, and bandits, right? Thugs who are harassing and attacking, of course, the outskirts of Zigden, right? So, if you're not interested in helping Zigden, no worries. You can continue doing your own thing, employing your crew elsewhere. I think last week the crew decided to seek out giant rats in the cave west of Zigden, and they just went rat hunting, right? They made very good progress there, clearing out giant rats. But you guys will get to decide as a crew what you'll do. And before you do this, you should organize your team. It's highly recommended you'll appoint a caller and a mapper, someone to lead you during the expedition. Naturally, it's not required, but it's highly recommended. And if everyone wishes to lead you, it should be the most experienced crew member in your team, which in this case would be Elven veteran Ursa and first level cleric Robin the Acolyte. Right, so those are the most experienced members. They might lead you. But yes, before you guys choose what you want to do, tell the Dungeon Master what you want to do, you have a chance to discuss the situation. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the idea of helping the village, or do you want to do something else? Yes, yes. I'll post it too. If you could ask the villagers, do you want to? Alright, so you guys are ready to set out and take action then? You don't have anything else to discuss before he goes and gathers information? Okay. Yes. Alright. So to begin, you're in the village right now, and before you leave, Ursa, of course, and the others have discussed gathering information. So we're gonna send Sharky to gather some information. You guys gonna go with him, right? Just gonna go as a crew, but Sharky will lead the way, right? So your party goes through the village and looks for some villagers to talk with. It's not long before you find some villagers in the village, right? In the streets. They're just, it's early in the morning and they are laboring away, naturally, right? So, Sharky, you approach a group of farmers in Zigden. What do you want to tell them? Alright, we're gonna roll the reaction. They react poorly. The farmers shake their heads and say, "Sorry, we don't know much about the dogs." And they shake their heads, "Sorry, I hope we can maybe point in the right direction, but we don't know anything about the dogs." And the farmers say, "I believe there have been reports. Villagers from the western and eastern hamlet have visited us and told us that they have been attacked by outlaws. That's all we know." Alright. You can look for other villagers to talk with, but the farmers do not know much, right? They're not the ones being attacked. Remember, it's these guys getting attacked, right? You're here in the middle, right? They're safe. These ones are not safe. Okay. The very small settlement. Yeah. Smaller than a village. Like a dozen buildings, right? A homestead. So only like a few families live there, right? Oh, the village will have more gear. Yeah. The hamlet has like nothing, right? Alright. So your crew leaves the village of Zigdan and begins marching across. Alright. Your captain has made a decision and leads you to the southeast. Are you asking the dungeon master or you're asking your friends? You think about if a kobold can talk, but you have never met the kobold before, right? You have heard about them. They are small dogmen, right? And they live to the east. The land of the kobolds are to the east. Okay. Alright, you want to use the trail, right? The trail will make it a fast travel. Okay, so your party of 5 begins traveling from the village of Zigdan to the eastern hamlet. And as you travel across this trail, across these farmlands, there's a chance to encounter a monster, so we have to check for that. This trail has a very low chance, but there's no monsters on this trail. There's also a chance to encounter a thug, so we gotta roll for that as well. Alright, safe travels. After roughly 1 mile or 2, you travel to the eastern hamlet. It's still early in the morning, maybe at 10 o'clock you get to the eastern hamlet, right? You see up ahead on the trail a few homes, right? A dozen or so buildings surrounded by farmland, okay? What do you want to do here? Do you want to enter the hamlet or something else? Okay. Alright, so Captain Ursa agrees. Sharky will lead the way and knock on some doors, ask for information. Anyone else want to add anything? What your party will do? You don't roll for charisma in OD&D. You also can't roll if you don't have an action, right? Like, why do you roll if you're not you don't roll unless you make an action, right? He's gonna charisma the person, he's gonna strength the person. That doesn't make any sense, right? if you want to, yeah, sure. Alright, so you're now in the hamlet, and you tell the Sharky to be charismatic and to maybe persuade someone, right? But I mean, I think that was already implied if he's gonna talk to them, right? So, Sharky, you approach the first building, you knock on the door of the hamlet, and the one who opens is a young boy, right? He opened the door, he says, he's like, Papa, someone is here, right? And he says, hello, who are you? Alright, so this is his reaction. The reaction, right? So your charisma can adjust how you react to based on what you do. What you do is you introduce what you're trying to do. Here, you say you're here to help. The boy reacts positively, and he says, he's like, oh, thank you so much. My pa will be here soon. And you see, his father comes to the door. It's an old man, right? And he sees your party. He says, good morning. You must be here to help with the kobolds that have visited our farm at night.
Yes, we are. Yes, I've heard of people going missing also in this village. Do you think the kobolds are possibly the reason?
The missing people have mostly occurred to the west. There's been a lot of crime occurring to the west recently, but ours is different. Our poor hamlet has been attacked by the kobolds at night. A week ago, they set ablaze to one of our farms. We lost a lot of our produce, and hopefully you can trail them and track them down to their cave. We know that their tracks lead into their lands, and they have a cave directly east of here. Hopefully you can do something about it. He nods and says, I can tell you how many attack at night, yes. And he tells you that typically, let's see, we're gonna roll for it. I'll show you the chart. Okay, this number here determines how many attack at night. Alright, you can see it, right? So, 6 d10s. So I estimate that the group is 17 kobolds who raid their hamlet. Over a dozen kobolds come to raid their farm, right, at night. Yeah, they're quite small. Yes, you would. Alright, so you have been told about the kobolds issues, right? The numbers are at 17. It's 5v17, so you'll need more men, right? He nods and says, there are a few men in this hamlet that might be willing to join your ranks. There's only, well, he tells you that no one in his home is gonna join you, but he hears that a man named Krill in the hamlet is hoping to do something about the situation. He just has no crew to go with, right? So he's an NPC man-at-arms, right? You don't see him yet or know him. How would you know his stats? Yes, the villager says Krill is typically helping to guard the eastern border. You can find them on the eastern half of the hamlet.
Yeah, we're gonna go meet him first, and we're gonna try to recruit him.
Alright, you go looking for Krill. Captain Ursa is leading you through the hamlet toward where Krill might be found. Sharky is agreeing with that, or suggesting we do that. Did anyone else want to do anything before we go east?
Yes, let's go.
Yes, sometimes that will happen, right? It is a natural consequence. But if you bring him back home and compensate the family, then it's fine, right? You should have 10 if you're brand new, right? 10 arrows.
None of them east. Pocket does do mostly, so we're gonna go head for the east.
Okay, east. Alright, so
To the border.
your party is, before they go east, they think about a situation, um, look over their equipment and such, and then they go east, right? You look around for the man named Krill, and it's not long before you find there's a small outpost built on the eastern hamlet, right? On a hillside, there's a wooden stake wall. You can see a couple men standing up there, and one is this Krill, right? You walk up to the hill, and you ask for the man named Krill, and he says, "It's me. I'm Krill." What do you want to do or tell him? What do you want to do?
Tell them that we're adventurers here. We recruit other people to help us against the kobolds. If he and anyone else he knows would be willing to, we could form a larger group and take them out in the morning time while they're still light.
Alright, let's see his reaction to your offer. He refused your offer. He says, "I do not know you. I want to take down the kobolds, but your crew is too small. I will not join a crew that is going to die." Right?
Fair, fair. Instead, we offered to help him keep our overnight. Possibly we can recruit more people from the village of Zigden and come back to the hamlet.
I have a proposition. Yes, we are a small group for now, but we are gonna venture there with 10 people. We have a very big chance of succeeding. So we need, with you on our side, we only need 4 more. Will you help us? Don't worry, we are gonna take the lead.
Alright, he reacts uncertain now. Has a question. He says, "Maybe I will help you then. Your plan seems pretty good now, but I want to get a fair share in this. I want an equal split if we make any profits."
Alright, we'll offer him,
I mean, 10% is actually, 10% is actually, if we find 10 people, 10% is actually an equal share, just as I said.
yeah,
So yeah, he can have an equal share.
if we have 10 people almost, it depends on his contributions, of course. Like if he doesn't do anything and there's less people, then we can
Okay, then let's say it depends on the contribution.
Right. Likewise, he says then he refuses your idea and says, "What if you don't contribute and I contribute more than you? Right? Should I get more money then?"
And then you'll get more. Fair, fair. If he contributes more, he gets more.
We're telling you something. We're here to help. We're not here to.
He nods and says, he's a bit concerned and says, "Well, I'm here to help, but I do not want to die, and I also want to make a living, right? So I will help you at the cost." Okay, he reacts questionably and says, I cannot tell if you're joking or you're serious with me. That's what the man says.
But how about just having the
You,
we have some likely candidates.
you can ask him, yeah. Alright, he's not sure. He knows one man that might be interested, a man named Beric. Beric is living on his own to the north, right, in a little hut. So he says, I know a friend of mine is named Beric. He might join us, but he's a very religious man and does not join heathens. Or is
But we have a cleric who is a man of God. Hopefully the leader here has who has gathered. Yeah, you talk about you, Rob. Yes.
He tells you Beric is very religious and he claims to have helped in the old crusade across the sea, but he's an old man now. He does not own much, and he might be willing to help us. He's experienced, but he's poor. He lives a very quaint and quiet life on his own, north of here. However, my name is Krill, and I'm a guard here for Zigdan. I'm one of the best guards here. I'm a spearman, a slinger, and I also have a dagger. You see he's wearing a helmet and a gambeson. And he says, I want a full share, an equal share. He says, you will not find Beric, right, without me. So, Beric lives alone in the middle of the land, right? So if you want to find Beric, you have to go through me, right? Because no one knows where he lives except me. He's a monk who lives in that.
What exactly is the north? Like, is it dense forest?
No, it's just farmland. You can maybe try to find Beric on your own, but it's gonna be more difficult.
If it's clear, you live in a house, obviously,
All the farms, yeah. Sure, you want to? You want to split your party up? Okay. It's currently 12 p.m. now. It's lunchtime, right? So your crew is pretty hungry. They have not eaten yet. 12 p.m. It's still daytime. It's 12 in the afternoon. It's noon. Okay, so what do you want to do for?
Are we gonna split? I'm gonna go with Sharky and Armondus if we split, because we are a bit weaker, so we should
Yeah, you should
more.
stay in town. You should stay in town. Yeah, I'll go with Robin.
I mean, we don't need to stay in town. We can just explore.
No.
We can.
Stay in the town so you can go try to recruit more people with Sharky.
Sure.
Alright, so Bullet and Sharky will stay at the hamlet while the rest of you go north with Krill to find Beric.
Neil, you're gonna come with us? Brother.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Tino, are you gonna come along? Or are you gonna stay? Have fun.
I am gonna try to find
Bye, Sam. Stay with Sharky.
Okay, so you change it. It's Bullet, Sharky, and Armundus who stay at the hamlet, right? Okay, are you done making plans, or do you have to, or are you ready to go? Alright, so Ursa and Robin, you go with Krill to the north, and after a mile or after an hour of hiking through the farmlands, You find a small home in the middle of like some trees next to a creek down the valley. Right. It's pretty hard to see from a distance, but you're down the valley and you find this home on the side of a hill, and you see just there is a smoke rising from the chimney. You knock on the door, right, and you can hear the man inside say, "Who's there?" Right, and Krill says, "It's me. It's Krill. I have brought some friends. They want to help us." And Beric, he reacts positively and says, "All right, come on in." Right, and he opened the door and he says, "Welcome to my humble abode. Please have a seat." And you sit around this fire. He brings you some tea. Right. What brings you to my home?
Robin, you have
Beric reacts positively, says, "I might be willing to help you, of course. I'm actually quite willing. But if I'm to help you, I want you to give me a share of the treasure so that I may donate it to the church and help the poor villagers of Zigden, especially the orphans. Can you promise me a full share so I can help these villagers?" Alright, there's a...
I am willing. I'm very, of course I'm willing. I just want to, I just want to get, I just want to help out this gambler as much as we can. So if you and if you have anyone that you could consider recruiting that would help us, we're going to be facing about 17 kobolds. So the more people, the merrier. We're almost at 10 people.
So Beric, he shakes his head and says, or let me see. Yeah, he says, "No, there's no one else I know, but I will help you if you are to promise me a full share."
Okay. And now what about, and then so we come to an agreement, but what about Sharky? Can Sharky go and try to recruit 2 people in this village? Actual players?
Oh, actual
Since
players?
John's character died, and Benzo doesn't have a character. They could be from here.
Yeah, they can join your ranks. Okay, so Robert and Benz, are you here to play?
Yep.
Alright, very good. So what's happening currently in the story is our party is recruiting a small army right now, and there's some crew members in the hamlet that are actually recruiting. They're going around looking for people to hire. So you two can be a small team trying to join their team, and they're planning to go out to the east to hunt kobolds. So you will join their team. If you fail to join their team, you cannot join the game naturally. But before you can join the game, or before you can join their team, you need a character. So we're gonna create your character real quick, okay? Alright, so to create your character, the first step is to choose a name. So we're gonna take turns. So Benzo, you're first. Yep, you tell me the name of your character. You create the character. That's who you join.
He's gonna roll for your character right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it right now.
So what do you want to name your character, Benzo?
Just the first name.
Okay. Next, we're going to roll your abilities. Your character is 13 strength. That's really good. 9 intelligence, 14 wisdom. Alright, good start so far. Your dexterity is 7, your constitution is 10, charisma is 8. Alright, and your hit points, you have 3. And what medieval weapon do you want to start with?
That's good, Benzo. That's good.
3, yeah, 3 is pretty good.
I have one.
Alright, what medieval weapon do you want?
Benzo, you should actually try.
You want a sword? Okay. So a sword is 8 pounds total. Yep, that's fine. Can't afford a great sword yet. Alright. And you have 2 pounds left. With your last 2 pounds, do you want more weapons, supplies, or something else? Or do you want to save it? I would recommend a sling and pouch for stones, so you can shoot monsters from afar. You want food? Okay, no worries, that's fine too. That's good. So you're gonna have a knapsack and some rations. You wanna save it or do you want food? Okay, you wanna save it. Alright. That is the last thing I heard, so I will go with that. Before you stop talking. Alright, cool, I heard you. Alright, so Robert, it's your turn. What do you want to name what do you want to name your character? Yeah, sure, you can be John the Second.
Oh yeah, because he's the worst. Like the family to get the name drawn out. After that, you'll do the second.
Alright,
You can just be John.
well, John the First died
Yeah.
in his household.
John
It's medieval times, so Junior is a more modern lingual, but you would be John the Second in medieval times, right? Alright, ability scores. Strength is 12, intelligence is 16, wisdom is 14. Very good start. You're already in. Just gotta sit tight and wait. We're getting ready still. We're getting you ready so you can join the game right now. Alright, 7 dexterity, constitution 10, charisma 11.
If you get the best rolls out of your I think of it.
Hit points 4.
Okay, hit points, you're beating up there.
Alright, and what weapon do you want, John? I can also give you recommendations if you want. You said dagger? What did you say?
He said where they are.
A mace, okay, sure. Alright. And do you want more weapons, or do you want some armor, or do you want some supplies? Yep, you can afford it. Anything else? Do you want some body armor too? You have 12 strength. Anything else you want, or do you want to save your money? You have 5 pounds left, so you still got quite a lot of money. Gambeson at the moment. Cannot afford much yet. Okay. Well, with the dexterity penalty of -1, or I meant +1, that's bad. But then the armor bonus of -3, you're at armor class 6. No wait, 7. Yeah, AC 7. Yep, shield, gambeson, helmet with a penalty of +1 from your dex. That's bad because you have low dex. Low armor class is better. The default armor class is 9, yours is 7. Alright, that's all your money. Okay, you're ready to go. So, for the story happening in the Eastern Hamlet, this includes the characters Bullet and Sharky and Armundus. The three of you were staying back in the hamlet to look for recruits, and not long after you're walking around the streets, 2 adventurers approach you, Benzo and John the Second, who want to join your ranks, right? So they walk up to you, they say, hey, or good morning, gentlemen. Mind if we join you, right? Or what do you guys want to do to join their team? John and Benzo? Okay, sure. So your new members is Benzo, of course, who has a sword, and John, who has a mace, right, and shield. Okay. Do you want to keep hiring men? Does your group want to keep hiring men, or do you guys yeah?
Benzo.
We would like to hire people.
You're not there, so I'm asking them, not you.
I mean,
Right? Pay attention.
we are already at 9 people. We just need one if we are gonna go with 10.
All right. So Bullet, John, and Armandus, you have been joined by, of course, um, John and Benzo, and you decide that you can keep recruiting people. All right. So where do you want to go in the hamlet to find some more people? Do you want to talk to?
There is a big guy over there at the cart. No, there is a big guy there over at the cart. Let's ask him if he wants to join. Let's approach him.
All right.
You approach him.
Okay. So you approach someone next to a handcart. You're in the game already. So pay attention to the situation and you can react to it. So Benzel, you have joined up, you and John have joined up with a crew of 3. You joined Armandus and Bullet and uh, and Sharky, yes. So you join those 3, you're walking around and they decide to keep recruiting people. They decide to approach a handcart and look around for people there. And there is a handcart nearby.
No, there is a big guy. There is a big guy by the at the cart. There is a big guy by the cart. We are approaching him.
There's no big guy here. What are you getting that from? Are you just making that up? Okay. So yes, there's no one near the cart at the moment, but you look around and you can see another villager. It is a medieval yeah, it's just a villager. She's carrying water right now. She's carrying water into her home.
No, we don't. What? No, man.
You want to observe for Alright, so you lead your crew toward the woman. Benzo suggests otherwise. Ursa, I'm gonna warn you, if you keep talking and it's not your turn, then you're gonna have to get muted, alright? Because you're not with this crew, remember you left. You and Robin are to the north, so you're being very disruptive. If you keep interrupting the flow, it's gonna slow us down, right? Alright, so Benzo, you suggest otherwise, right? You can see Sharky wants to lead the crew after the woman. You say, hey, let's leave her alone, right? Sharky, do you want to go to her anyway, or do you want to listen to Benzo or something else? Okay, so you don't go toward the women. You observe the hamlet for any or more men, but you only see the farmers, right, from earlier. And there's very few people here, right? There's farmers, there's children, there's elderly left, right? The only men. You go to the farmers, you ask them to join you. One of the farmers says maybe, but he has a family here he needs to protect. He refuses and says, sorry, no. This doesn't sound... What do you say to persuade him? Or what do you do? He nods and says, and he agrees with you and says, yes, your crew seems like they have a very good chance to survive. Out of everyone in the settlement. Perhaps I will join you, but I require an equal share. Alright, this is a decrepit old man, by the way. He's a farmer, right? He's an old farmer. Okay, so the farmer nods and says he will join you, right? You're joined by the old farmer. Okay. So now I'll write them down for you. So we'll have Krill, who is the villager's protect or the hamlet's protector, right? He is the Hamlet's guard.
I say, everybody we currently have, right? I say they all go, their place to be over there.
Okay, so we have Krill on the team. We also have 2 more NPCs. Alright.
Is there anybody easier?
You guys can discuss among yourselves, but I'm gonna be taking some notes real quick.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention right now.
Okay, guys, should we go get some food and eat? Get some goodies for those guys and food their turn? I think I'm gonna cash my group and go find some
I never said Beric was a spearman. That was freaking Krill.
But Barrick of experience doesn't have any experience, like actual, is he a level with anything, or?
He claims to have seen the Crusades many years ago. Alright, thank you for your patience. I have finished taking the notes of the additional crew members your party has hired, and we're gonna go to the store to the north, okay? So, Ursa and Robin, right? You just finished recruiting. So, we are paying attention to the story to the north now, okay? So, listen carefully. If it's not your part of the story, sit tight. You can chat in the chat channels, right? There are the messages, but try not to interrupt, okay? If you cannot behave, you cannot play, alright? Easy. So, let's see. Ursa and Robin, you just hired Asbjorn into your, or not Asbjorn, sorry, Beric and Krill, right? So they're joining your team. What do you want to do from here? Do you want to make your way back to the hamlet or something else?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell them that we're gonna head out in the following morning, just in case the kobolds try to come here tonight. At least we can guard and probably lower their numbers, and we should just have ourselves prepared so we don't go over there and just like die. Do they have those Barrack have any food here that we could eat or grill? Because we're not high and like having hunger right now.
So Beric says it was nice to have you at his home. He's ready to help you tomorrow. And Krill says he will be ready to help you as well. He's not certain if he can help you with finding food here at Beric's place. Beric, he is living on his own and only hunts and forages what he can feed himself. He does not have anything to offer you.
Okay.
The Beric cannot give you food, and nor can Krill.
We'll tell him to meet us early at dawn, or we'll head out after making preparations ourselves in the village.
Alright, so the two of them, they nod, they say, alright, then we'll meet you at the hamlet tomorrow then.
I'm gonna tell Krill that I actually want to help him, like guard tonight if he's willing to have me after I get something.
He nods this.
Does the hamlet provide for the guards?
It does, right? He's a day shift guard, so there's another guard who guards at night, right? The hamlet has about they're not actually guards, but they help keep watch, and there's maybe about 4 people, or yeah, 4 shifts at night. It's just villagers, the farmers themselves, who have to like help keep watch at night and alarm the village or set the alarm in case of an attack, right? He is one of the few actual guards, though. There's only like 2 actual guards in Zigden's eastern hamlet.
Okay, so maybe together we can have like a stew instead of them just having rations. We can put all our stuff together and cook it to eat as a group and guard overnight. Guard the hamlet, guard the small hamlet.
But yeah, the hamlet feeds him so that he can guard. But they will not feed you because you're not a hired guard. You haven't done anything for the village yet.
Fair, fair.
Alright.
But we're gonna go with Krill back into the village and regroup and maybe try to recruit one more person.
Okay, so that's what you will do. Robin, do you want to just follow Captain Ursa back to the hamlet or something else? AFK?
Stingy.
Alright, awesome. He will stay. He's gonna say like, hey, maybe I'm gonna head back to the village to get some rest, right? I might not continue. Okay. Robin, do you want to continue with your captain to the hamlet or something else? Alright, the 2 of you are making your way back with Krill, who has to go back to his job, right? To help protect the hamlet. He did not want to leave very long, actually. He has to go back to work. But he will leave your crew for now, and tomorrow you guys can try to hunt the kobolds, right? He will says he will meet you in the hamlet tomorrow morning, right? We can meet in the middle of the hamlet, and he can go pick up Beric.
But wait, can I try to go meet with him after we get back to the village and try to recruit myself into the guard for the night shift?
You'll not follow him. I mean, he's the guard, right? He and one other person is the guard.
Okay, once
Okay, so you're making your way back to the hamlet. Alright. In the meantime, the rest of your party is just finished recruiting another person to the party. You recruited one of the few farmers left in the hamlet, right? This hamlet has about 20 people only, right? And one of the few people left is a farmer that you hired. He's an old farmer, and his name is Asbjorn, right? So Asbjorn is old. He has 1 hit point. He has a pitchfork and some armor from the war time, right? But yeah, he joined your team, right? So what do you guys want to do from here? I think the one in charge of your crew is back in the hamlet is Sharky, right? So Sharky, what is your party gonna do now?
My party is going to go to the tavern. We're gonna go to the tavern.
There's no tavern in the hamlet. There's a tavern in the village. You wanna go back to the village?
Okay, we go to the village to go to the tavern.
Wait, why don't we go back to the village? No. Alright, Mr. Sharky is gonna try to raise up a average villager in this try to give us.
Yeah, I agree with my brother. I agree with my brother.
We're gonna get a little bit of. Pretty farmers have plenty of food.
Yeah,
He's gonna go to our random house.
I'll be sneaky, but we're very hungry. Have some extra food. You know.
He's gonna lay the wine. Listen, man, we're here to help you in the hamlet, man. You just give us food and wine.
Yup.
Charity, man. There's trust behind us. They do charity.
Alright, so, alright.
Alright, so are you guys done discussing and planning? Do you want to take action? Okay.
We're gonna go to the farmers and we're gonna ask nicely for some food by saying, excuse me, can we please have some food?
Alright, you asked the farmers for food now. Yeah.
Yes.
They're uncertain, they're confused, they say, sure you can have food, but it will come at a price. Right.
Okay.
And they say
What's the price of food?
they can provide you some produce if you'd like. 6 pounds of produce, which will feed 6 of you for dinner. It costs 1 pound of copper.
1 pound of copper?
Yep, 1 copper pound.
I can buy that. I buy for
Okay.
Can I find them, like, by elf hearing, because they're very loud?
And you don't have money actually. Remember this money you spent it on your bow, right? And all your equipment. So you have no money.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
You will buy it.
Yeah, because Benzo can earn money in our day. Last man can.
No, she saved some money. She did not spend all her money. She has 2 coppers, right? Remember, she did not spend all her money. Alright, Benzo, you want to pay for your party's meals? It costs 2 coppers to feed everyone. Okay.
She wants to try something exotic just like Max.
Alright. So Benzo pays for your food, right? She trades in 2 copper pounds. The farmers bring you 12 pounds of food to eat. And when the other party gets here, they find your crew cooking food around the fire, right? You get some fire going, you start to cook dinner, and you guys can have dinner together. But it's only, you don't have to eat, or it's not even dinner time, it's lunch time if anything. It's late afternoon, like 4 or 5 p.m., or no, 3 p.m., 3 or 4. So you have an early lunch dinner kind of thing, right? So because you all had no breakfast, no lunch today, so you have a late lunch. Yes.
Can we turn that expert into rations that we save?
You need salt to ration it, right?
Wait, can the smell of the food attract another person that we can recruit? Like this person?
If only he wants to play, I guess. Gold, do you want to join our crew since we're still in the town? You can recruit it.
Join me and you will get riches, little bitches.
If you do, he will molest.
Guys, we can't hear gold. We can't hear gold. We can't hear gold. Oh my god, you can have it. Guys, I'm fucked. You're not gonna play with us, gold? No, I don't want to play with you guys. Okay, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute.
Benzo, I mean not
everybody should be rested and be ready at dawn so that we can head to the Cobalt Caverns with the other people that we have recruited, and I'm gonna let you leave now.
Alright, I'm just gonna let you know, if you guard tonight, you cannot work tomorrow because you'll be too tired. You will be sleep deprived, right?
Okay, well, I say, I tell Benador to go work the corner.
No. Can I tell you that?
Alright, one at a time, and Sharky, this is your warning. If you continue to be immature and disrespectful, then you're gonna not play anymore, okay?
Okay, I say, okay, and, I go to sleep. Yep, I lay down on the ground and go to sleep.
I immediately pass out.
Yeah, I say I pass sleep. I lay down and go to sleep.
No.
Alright, so I will just head to bed then, get an early rest tonight, and start again tomorrow morning.
I'm getting early rest because it's all about 5 tomorrow.
Alright,
So I go sleep.
so you have all gone to rest, right? Your NPC companions agreed to meet with you in the village, or the hamlet tomorrow morning. They all go to their homes, you all had your dinners. You do not have to feed the NPCs, they will feed themselves. They go back to their house to eat. So you only lost food for the crew members that are just PCs, right? Player characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? You ate 7 pounds for late lunch. And then for dinner, I guess you kind of ration it a little bit. Some of you eat a little less than the others, and yeah, at least you're well fed. So all the food is eaten, right, by your crew. Um, we just finished playing for an hour already. Do you guys want to continue, or do you want to end it here?
I say continue.
I would like to continue, but if you want to take a break, I understand.
Alright, we'll take a break for sure, but um, yeah, we're already an hour in and no progress, right? You have prepared properly, perhaps, but you have made no money yet, right? Okay, take a 5-minute break, come back in 5, and hopefully you guys will be ready to set out tomorrow morning.
Alright, I'm about to pass my brother.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been roughly 5 minutes. We're gonna get back into it. Okay, so the party is currently in Zidane eastern hamlet. You decide to encamp the hamlet. We can find out. Alright, there was no attack last night. So you guys camped and you don't hear any attacks. It's morning and you're in Zigdan's eastern hamlet. The night is already passed. You already declared your characters encamped and slept, right? I'm describing to you the situation, so stop interrupting, right? Your party is standing in the eastern hamlet. It's early in the morning. What would you like to do? You think about it and you remember it's 5 pounds ahead.
That's basically 85 in total.
Yeah, that's 8.5 a person.
How do you get money? You work. You go hunting monsters and treasures to get gold and glory.
Yeah, do escort labor. Yeah, so can I see Benzo's? Oh yeah, there. Okay, yeah, you gotta. I see that you have a sword. So I tell you, you're gonna be working the front as my backup. No, you're gonna be working the back as working the back line.
Alright, when you guys finish discussing and planning, let me know. Alright, I won't be paying attention to you until you're ready. So.
Okay, and both civic body characters wondering why it wasn't showing up on the server.
You cannot buy a character. You're not in this game, so just sit tight.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna gather our remaining NPCs and we're gonna like head out. Obviously, we're gonna have Barrick, you know, we're gonna have Krill for the second engineer, so he knows the area.
You appoint Quill your sergeant. He nods and says he does not know the area to the east, but he knows the lands. Right. He knows our lands very well. He knows the enemy are to the east, though.
Has he fought any
Nope. He has only seen them and has driven them off, right, with bow fire or sling fire, stone fire.
But and there are no experienced cobalt fighters within the guard?
No. There are no experienced survivors, at least, that fought kobolds. The only attacks that the kobolds have made was a few days ago. They set one of the farms on fire, and that's it. A farm.
So we're gonna, yes, the farm. So we're gonna gather and then we're gonna, everybody was well fed, so does our morale go up?
Nope, you woke up morning and you haven't had any breakfast yet. That was dinner. It's morning now, so everyone's pretty hungry.
Okay. I asked if everybody.
Yeah, they're all brand new to the team. Most people didn't save their money or spend all their money.
Are you reconsidering
Possibly, yeah, you can be a rival. You can be, I suppose, since you joined the game and they keep talking to you, your character's in the village or the hamlet, and you've been.
And I think, yeah.
But to let you know, your game was scrapped. So that game you guys play with the new house rule was scrapped. That's why your character sheet didn't change at all, right?
That explains a lot. Okay.
It was announced in the announcement channel that your crew was scrapped, or that adventure was scrapped. Okay. There's a level 1 dwarf in the hamlet if you want him to join your ranks. Okay. You have your money back though. 520 pounds in the bank. So it wasn't changed. Alright, paying for breakfast. 2 coppers. You don't have to buy rations. Since you're eating here, you can just buy normal food and cook it up and have a cheaper breakfast to feed your crew of roughly 12 men. Okay. The banked cost will cost 3 instead though, because your money's in the bank, so you gotta pull money out. So it costs 3 instead. 517 left. Alright, the party has been fed breakfast at least. Did you want to buy additional food for the crew? Or is breakfast all you need for now? One mile or 2? Okay, yeah, it's pretty darn close. You'll be back by lunchtime, most likely, if you survive. Right. All right. So are we ready to head out, or you guys have more planning and discussion? Okay. By the way, we are in the second hour of the game. By the way, so maximum duration we can play is 3 hours, no matter what. So just letting you guys know, right? You're already in hour 2. We're already an hour and 30 minutes through this game, so. Okay. Alright, hopefully. Captain Ursa leads you guys east. He has appointed 2 sergeants. That includes the NPC Krill and the dwarf veteran Zeus. Alright. So you're now venturing off into the farmlands east of here, past the hamlet. And Krill recommends we follow the tracks of the kobolds. They're old tracks, but they head east. Alright. The tracks lead east into the farmlands east of Zigdan's territories, and you go across the border into the kobold lands. The tracks lead you toward a creek, and then you can see up ahead on the trail. So as you advance through this farmland, you're approaching what appears to be a range of hills in the farmland, and on top of one of these hills is an encampment. Right, you see a small encampment on top of the hill up ahead. That might be one of their bases, right, an outpost. So you can see a small fire burning from that outpost and smoke rising, right, from it. So you already have spotted an enemy position, right, one of the hills. The hill? It's dirt. A dirt hill. Yeah, the fortifications are made of wood. You're approaching from the western flank at the moment, and I'll give you guys a medium scale map now to give you an idea of the situation you're in. One moment. The distance you spot the hill at is a safe distance of 130 yards roughly. Ignore this map. Yep.
Yeah, that's the right key. Make sure your brother. DM is making the map right now. We just saw an encampment. We found an encampment in the hills to the east of where we were earlier.
Alright,
probably your opponent's.
so party's position is toward the west, so I'll just use this token to represent your crew's position. And they are 130 yards out, so each of these squares represent 10 yards. Okay, so 13 squares east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so this is the position of the enemy. Just give you an idea. I'll draw it out. Let's do circle. So roughly here is where their encampment is. Your crew is toward the west, right? And between you and them is just farmland. This is all farmland territory. So there are hills. So that's the encampment's position, but there are other hills out here, of course. I'll draw them out for you. So these just represent the various hills out in the farmland. Yep, higher elevation. In case you want to approach from a different angle. Yeah, you've got an open valley here. It's just fields of grass and crops and such between you and these kobolds, right? Or mostly just no crops, but just fields of grass, right? Uncultivated land that you spot. You don't see any patrols. You just see at the moment the hill and smoke rising from it 130 meters out. Okay, moving around the hills, sure. You've closed some distance between you and the position, right? Hopefully your crew wasn't spotted. Naturally you moved carefully between the hills, right? You made it to the one of the closest hills toward the position, right? Between you and it is now just an open valley, right? An open field of grass, flat land. It's daytime though. You guys want to start advancing on the position or something else? You want to spread your forces out?
Yeah, I asked Zeus what does he want to do. He said he equipped his bow. I asked everybody else to equip their long-range weapon.
Alright, we can take note of what you guys equip turn by turn. Alright, turn in turn order. So we'll start with the bullet. What do you want to use for this run? Your bow or something else? Okay, and Sharky, you said you want to use your bow too? Okay, equipped, you have your bow equipped. Armandus, do you want to equip your sword then, or something else? Alright, good to go, brother. Ursa, okay. And then Robin. Okay, gotta go. Krill is equipping his spear and sling. And then Benzo, what do you want to use? Your sword or something else? Is Benzo AFK? Did she leave the crew?
No, she's here. No reaction.
Okay, yep. Robert, are you with us? John? Okay. Barrick will have his holy symbol ready and his staff. And then Asbjorn will have his sling ready to go. Alright, and Zeus, you want to use your crossbow, you said? Or composite bow? Yeah. Sure. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you have your shield equipped? No, you don't. Alright, you have your bow. So 11. Alright, so negative 2 armor class. Right. And equipped.
Benzo came back.
Alright, good. So you've got your composite bow equipped. Alright, Benzo, what do you want to use? Your sword or something else? Did Benzo come back?
Yeah, Benzo came back.
I just asked her what she wanted to use and she didn't say anything. Alright, so she'll be out of this fight then. She'll be joining the fight.
Here, man, right here. She just wrote. She said, I don't know what to do. I tell Benzo to equip her sword and to stay to the back.
Well, you tell her that, but she has to tell me what she does, right? But you want your sword? Okay. Alright.
Everybody's prepared for the battle.
Yep, they have their weapons ready. How do you want to...
Shouldn't Benzo be a bit in the front? She's using a melee weapon.
No, Benzo is very experienced. She's just gonna guard.
Okay, so we're still behind the hill.
I hear bold or scowl over there. I ask him, what's your opinion?
Alright, so you're all still behind the hill. How do you want to continue?
I think, yes, Zeus recommends that we get high ground. What is our distance from the campground?
So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're roughly 100 yards from it.
Okay.
300 feet.
Is this close enough for all of you to do? Okay, so you guys should have this position, and maybe we can like move towards us. I'm gonna go. Do you mind if I borrow your shield? I'm gonna go and get their attention. Maybe you guys go there. Okay, yeah, you go there. You're more armed than I am, and you can wield your own weapons.
Okay, so you guys want to advance on the position to the grass, or do you want to hold the hill?
Everybody, more so Zeus and Caesar.
Okay.
And maybe followed behind with archer follows behind.
Now we're sending Zeus out there, and who else?
Zeus and wait, can you scroll into this map?
I think we had another volunteer. Sharky wanted to head out, or make his way to the hill.
Sharky volunteers. I accept Sharky volunteering to be the archer.
Alright, Sharky, you're being sent out. So Sharky and Zeus are headed out. It's one party. The rest of you are in the main party, so holding the hill. Alright, you guys want to advance to the hill then? You two? The rest of you want to just stay back here? Alright, speak up if you want to do something differently, otherwise you will follow your captain's orders. Alright, send them out first.
We're gonna follow behind after we see how they react.
Okay, your party begins advancing to the field. You guys want to charge or just...
It's taken about 15 minutes heading forward.
Alright, so Zeus, does your party charge the hill or carefully advance or crawl? Like, how do you want to advance?
Definitely advance.
Carefully? Alright, so crouch movement through the grasses. Okay. So you do crouch movement across the field, right? It's an open field. And hopefully their guards don't spot you, but it's a high chance they will. Naturally, they're asleep during the day, but they still have guards during the day. They have day shift guards. There's a 1 in 6 chance that they don't spot you moving across the field. Or actually, no, 2 in 6. 2 in 6 chance they don't spot you. So 1 or 2 means that the guard here does not see your crew moving, right? Or the couple of you. Alright. Yep. Alright, you were spotted. So halfway across, or as soon as you made your way down the field, you hear the kobolds they don't set the alarm, but you can see like movement on the hill, right? Like they're starting to wake and stare, preparing for the assault. So, you want to keep moving? So there's no major reaction yet. You just see a little bit of movement, like someone moved up there on the hill, right? Like disappeared. They probably went to go wake everyone up. So do you want to keep moving across the field, or do you want to stop, or do you want to fall back? Alright, okay, alright. The two of you keep advancing across the field. Alright, this party here, this is the main party. Ursa, you want to hold the hill still or something else? Alright, so they're already, your main party, or your second party, your scouts, already 30 or 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4. They're roughly 40 yards out already. That's, it's already 120 feet, right? You guys want to make your way after them? Careful? Alright, carefully moving. So you carefully move. Therefore, every turn or every round, you guys move like 15 feet. Be careful. Right, they are carefully moving too, so every round they're moving half a square. So, that's their rate of movement. That's your rate of, you were starting here, now you're here. And the enemy, their positions are revealed. Naturally, of course, they're on the hill. Grab a token for them. Alright, so here are their positions. The western position begins to open fire on your troop that are making their way across the field. We start to take fire. Alright, so as you're making your way across the field, you want to return fire, right? You stop and fire back. Alright, so you were moving, and as you're moving, they peeked, and then you saw them. You started to raise your bow to fire, but before you could fire, they already shot at you. So they have the initiative because you guys had to move, and they were just defending, right? So they peek over the wall and start hurling stones. Alright, as you take aim or halt and start to return fire. But yeah, they start opening fire on your crew's position. In this unit here, we have alright, so Ursa, you're not in their crew, by the way. You don't get to make the call for that anymore because you're not with them, right? You're over here. So he would have to tell me that, right, if anything. But Benzo says he returns fire. That's all he told me. That's all he described. So we know that Zeus is there too. So Zeus, as soon as you see the enemy peek from the hill, you see that, of course, not Benzo, but freaking Sharky, right? So Sharky's starting to return fire. Do you want to shoot back as well, or something else? Or do you want to keep advancing? You're in the open field. You keep charging the hill if you want, though, to take cover. You can get to the base of the hill. They're firing from the fortification behind the walls. Charge the hill. Okay, so you're charging the hill as he returns fire. The enemy fired down on us, and we got a total of 4 shooters at the moment shooting down on us. So 2 shots are going toward Sharky. Let's see if they hit. That's 1 hit, a direct hit. And they are kobolds, they are small, so they do half damage, so it's only just a d4 then. It's 1 damage to Sharky right through the face, right in his face. So Sharky gets hit. Yeah, it was already halved, so it was actually going to be 2d4, I already rolled 1d4 instead. Okay, it was a nat 20, so it would be double, but then double divided by 2 is just normal, right? Alright, so he took 1 damage, and that was already enough, possibly. Let's find out. Yeah, he only had 1 hit point. He makes a saving throw for his death. Okay, so it hits him in the face, and he died. It went right through his face, and he died, right? So as soon as you got up from the tall grass, Sharky, and you were about to return fire instead of take cover, right? So you were moving to the field, your eyes on the hill, and then you saw someone peek and fire, right? So they quickly looked up and fired, right, at your position. And then, of course, you raised your bow to fire, but before you could, the stone already hit you in the face, right? So Sharky is dead. Thank you for playing. Have a good night. But once you're dead, you're out. You lose. So, thanks for trying our game. Yeah. Good night, brother. Sure, you can spectate and support them. See how they do. But yeah, Sharky has died. And next to be shot at is Zeus, right? Zeus is attacked twice. Let's see if he gets hit. Alright, both are misses on his position, right? Fire down on Zeus's, and he's charging the hill right now. Sharky's dead. Okay. Do that. And then just Zeus here then. Zeus crossing the field alone. Right. So the other crew was able to advance another 15 feet. Zeus did a charge. He did 30 feet charge. So one square. Or his wait, Zeus, you're heavily encumbered, right? Yeah. So you only do 10 feet. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're a heavy encumbrance. Full armor. Single but 2 hands to use, but single to carry. Yeah. Alright. And then Zeus, you know, you charge the field as they fire down on you. You want to keep charging the hill or something else? They're about to shoot down on you again. This time it looks like the reinforcements have arrived, so all their shooters are ready to fire. Okay, so you're dropping bow and you want to take cover behind your shield as they fire at you. Okay. Alright, you get half speed since you're already taking an action, right? Right, so you only get 5 feet closer. Yep, he's being pounded with stones, right? They're being slung at him like bullets. So, slung bullets at Zeus's position as the crew continues to advance across the field. You guys want to do careful march still for 15 feet? Or do you want to do a charge? No. You were carefully. Remember, you're crouched. You can't even see, right? You're like crouched in the grass, moving through the grass right now. You can hear shooting up ahead, but you don't know what's happening there, right? You hear shooting. That's it. You don't see Sharky get shot unless you're peeking. In that case, you're not moving then. You're not careful. Headed east. Okay. So eastern, careful movement through the field, right? And at the end of this turn, or at the end of this round, you get to advance 15 feet east then as a crew. And Zeus, of course, moved 5 feet before he gets bombarded with, this time it's a total of 8 stones now. And he's got his shield out. So you took out your shield as you get bombarded with stones, right? So you're grabbing at your shield, and stones come flying down on your position. And only a nat 20 should hit you. You get hit by 1. 1 stone goes through your shield and into you. And you take half damage though. So it's just 1d4. It wouldn't be doubled. Yeah. 1 damage. So Zeus took 1 damage. It bounces hard against your helm, right? So it dazes you for a moment, right? You got some like whiplash from that. Alright, you got 3 or 4 hits left. Light wound for Zeus. The rest of the crew, you guys want to continue pushing east or something else this next turn? Alright. And Zeus, you want to keep advancing toward the hill now? You want to keep charging for your next turn? Alright, so we're on turn 3 now. So for turn 3, Zeus charges the hill, right? He gets 10 feet closer. So a third of a square closer. And as that happens, the party up here moves 15 feet east. Roughly there. And then Zeus is bombarded by another 8 stones from the fortification. The kobolds are behind their hill, behind their wooden wall and trench, and they're shooting stones down on you from the top of the hill, right? As best they can. Alright, so you're lit up again, and there's one more hit on you, and that 20 again. Gets through your shield, and it's 3 damage this time. Zeus hits 0 hit points, makes a saving throw, which is death. And he died. Alright. You try to charge the hill, an open field, you're bombarded by stones, right? You block off or you dodge, you know, about 16 rounds, and then finally 2 rounds took you out, right? Went through your shield and into your armor. Zeus is down. You can use it for someone else. You want to use it on Zeus? Are you sure about this? Okay. Here's the saving throw. 2. Alright. Okay, sure. Zeus, do you want to use the bot? Go ahead. Give you the option. Slash roll space 1d20. Nat 20. Alright, you're still alive. Zeus is still standing, right? A stone went right through him. He stays at 1 hit point then. And your wound is, you've got, let's see how severe your wound is. It's pretty severe. You've got a punctured lung, right? So it's filling with blood right now. Yep, it went through your body and into your lung. Or maybe not your lung, but some vital organ. It's in your body. You've got yeah, probably a collapsed lung from that. So one of your lungs are filling with blood and you're starting to cough blood out, right? You need immediate medical attention, right? To survive. Every 2 rounds you'll make a save versus death again. Because that was a death blow. It should have killed you. Let's see. So wounds. He's got 3 wounds, right? Hit point 1, 3 damage. And then disabilities, he has a punctured lung. Disabilities, punctured lung. So maybe you have some final words or a final move before you die. But you're wounded, right? It went through your shield into your gut somehow, right? Punctured pretty darn hard into the weak points of your armor. Well, maybe not your lung, actually, because you have a cuirass there. It would have to go through a weak point in your armor, so it probably went through your armpit area and punctured your chest. So you've got a punctured chest and blood spewing out of it, right? So it went through your like armpit, right, into your chest from the south flank. So yeah, you would have a punctured side. Blood is leaking from that area. And if you don't staunch that bleeding soon, you have an open chest wound kind of, or side wound, then you will bleed out and die, right? Let's see. The rest of the crew, you advance another, you guys want to keep advancing east, right?
We're not gonna advance carefully. We're gonna charge.
Alright.
We're gonna charge from the east.
You want to charge east, or you want to charge southeast? East, okay.
We're charging east.
Alright, so we'll be able to move a full square this time. A whole 30 feet then, to the east. While Zeus here, what's your next move? You want to stay behind your shield, or something else? Yeah, you want to carefully withdraw. Careful, like keep your shield raised, and or do you wanna charge north? You want to carefully retreat. Charging might be your best bet. Okay. The sooner you're out of here, yeah, the sooner you don't have to get shot. So, you wanna, yeah, do you wanna run or full retreat or fighting withdrawal? Full charge north, yeah. Okay. That way he's not the only target, maybe, right? So. Alright, so what happens is, of course, your crew managed to advance 30 feet east.
Isn't it a good idea for me and what was the name? Yes, your brother. What was
It's
the
10
name?
feet.
Me, Armandus, and Benzo to split and make a third group. Basically.
Yes, if you guys, I recommend you guys advise that to me. I will say that I actually
Alright, so who wants to split into a smaller team? Is Bullet, Armandus, and who else? And Benzo. Okay, is that fine with you three? Right, everyone else? Bullet,
Yes, yes.
fine with you? Alright. Armandus, Benzo, is that alright with you? You wanna go with these two? Okay, so you guys are breaking off from the main group. The main group is probably headed east still, maybe?
Can I see our like stats again? What is the range of the stuff?
Sling can fire up to 160 feet.
What is Benzo's HP and what is her the weapon? I think she was a swordsman.
Yeah, it's pretty useless out in the open field. Right, you have no firearm or bow. Alright, so she has to get pretty close before she can do anything. Right. Let me help resolve this round. How far can a sling shoot? 160 feet. Alright, so Zeus, while you were running north, you got bombarded by 8 stones again. Right, the kobolds are having a good time shooting this poor dwarf, right? Kobolds and dwarves are actually sworn enemies, right? And this dwarf gave himself to them basically by charging their field. Alright, so it is daytime. The kobolds have a hard time seeing, but a nat 20 is always a hit, right? So everything else wouldn't hit. And as Zeus tried to retreat, he gets shot in the back again, right? This next stone deals a total of 1 damage. You get a saving throw, which is death, again. And you're leaking pretty hard. You pass. You're still alive, but you've got a back shot now, right? Okay. So, yep, it went through a weak point in that 20. So it went through the back of your neck, probably. So you've got a, or let's check out where it hit. Yeah, that's a punctured neck. You got a sliced neck. So, a grazed neck. So blood is spurting out of your neck now too. Not just your side, but your neck too. You got 2 major wounds. Let's see. Maybe this wasn't the right adventure to join. So, grazed neck, punctured side. Poor veteran dwarf Zeus, right? The old dwarf. He survived many adventures, but he went out to war against kobolds, and he died alone, possibly, right? Or at least he will die with Sharky. All right. The main crew. Yeah, he's almost dead. Did you guys want to? Okay, so it's the next turn. Yeah.
May I say something?
What's up?
Since we are split now, I'm willing to go. Since Benzo is gonna leave because she's the swordsman, I'm gonna be in the middle with the spear now.
Okay.
I'm gonna change to the spear, not the bow. And behind us, it's gonna be Asmundus. That's what I want to say. That I'm equipping a spear and I'm gonna be in between them.
That's fine.
Information.
Yep. And for this next turn, Bullet, is your team moving east or south or something else?
What did you ask me?
Which way are you 3 moving? Are you guys moving southeast, east, or south?
Let's go east. East.
Okay. And the main party, are you guys moving south, southeast, or east?
We're gonna, you said slings are 120, right?
160 feet.
160, so we're gonna fire on let's open fire on the kobolds that have been, like, revealing their position. We should be able to at least hit them with the, we have one person with the bow. Yeah, we have one person with the bow, I know that for sure.
Bear in mind, they have like half cover, right? They're peeking over their wall, so half their body is covered, right? When they peek. So it's a penalty. Plus they have the high ground, so it's harder to hit them. And it's easy for them to hit you guys. Alright, you want to hold up, you want to get up and fire? Not yet. So you'll be firing from the north, right? Without taking fire, or without taking immediate fire, right? So you would fire and then they would fire back. Is it time to fire? Get up and shoot.
How far can I have?
I think it's, the range is, let me double check. I think it's 240, but I'll double check. That's a smart move. You can put them all asleep and you won't have to worry anymore. 240 feet. So that's within the range. You can see, if you get out from the grass, you can see like all of the western half at least, which are slingers. Alright. So as you're catching sleep, do you want to order your men to fire? What's up?
Yeah, I'll order them to fire.
One at a time, please.
Before these three leave us, I'm gonna order them to fire from their position in the east, and then I'll.
They haven't moved east yet. Okay. Your guys asleep. I know your guys asleep. I'm asking everyone else though. Like, the rest of your crew here, are they firing or are they just standing there?
Guys, I ordered you to fire. Not you guys.
I'm asking the rest of the crew. So, Bullet is with this crew moving east. Bullet, Armandus, and Benzo are moving east. What the fuck? Alright. So I'm asking, what is the main party doing? Are they just standing in the grass or are they gonna turn fire or something else?
I have a question. How far
You haven't moved yet. We're all, brother. You haven't fucking moved yet because they're having a hard time making their decision. They haven't even decided what they're gonna do yet, right? Only Ursa decided he's gonna cast sleep. You guys are moving east, but what's the rest of the crew doing, right?
The only person here is John, and he didn't want to talk over anybody. Okay, you're guarding. And what about you, Robin?
You're gonna return fire? All right.
No, he's gonna fire. Yes.
Okay, he's gonna fire. Yeah. You're not being fired at yet. Okay. So yeah, that's what I need to hear. All right. So he's firing, and same with the NPCs who can shoot. They'll fire back too, but they'll start firing as well. All right. Thank you. Finally, we finally decided your action for round 4. Right. It wasn't that hard, but actually it was super hard for you guys to figure out what you guys wanted to do. In the end, finally, Bullet, Armandus, and Benzo start moving east, right? They moved east for 30 feet. They charged the field east. As they moved across the field, right, they were spotted by the enemy. You guys got up all at once to start firing against the spells. The enemy have bombarded Zeus. Zeus continues to charge north. Right, he does another 10 feet charge across the field. They bombarded him with 8 more shots, and then you guys would return fire. Right, so you all get up. And as you fire, they're firing down on Zeus. So let's see if Zeus survives. Right, so Zeus took 8 more shots. And this time none of them hit him. Yeah. He's just surrounded by a field of bullets, right? It's just fucking stones blowing up the dirt all around him, right? So he's just clouded dust everywhere. Yeah, but one dude, one tank. It's just Zeus, right? So he's just pelleted by stones and nothing hits him this time. Fortunately, the rest of you start firing onto their position. First shooter on your team, spells happen last, so shooters go first. And that would start with Robin. Here comes Robin's first shot. Very low chance to hit, but you fire anyway. You got a 19. Okay, that's pretty good. Your armor, the enemy have half cover, so +2. High ground, so +1 or -1 armor class total. So additionally, so -3 right there. And then you're firing at the distance of normal range for a short bow, I think. So yeah, just -3 penalty. So 16 still a hit, despite them being on the hill and behind fortification. He still managed to get a hit. He dealt 2d8 because they're small, right? Double damage. 12 damage to the kobold, right? The arrow goes right through the face of one of the kobolds, right? Right, and that one went dead. So enemy position here only has 3 left, right? There are 3 kobolds here. There are 4 here. There are 4. Actually, they all moved in on the western flank because that's the only side that's being attacked. So there's 7 here. They had 17 total on the position. So we'll do 9 here, and we'll do 6 here. But we killed 1 to the north, so that puts at 8. So it's 8-6. Alright, 8 of 9 kobolds remain to the north, 6 remain to the south of their fortifications walls as they bombard our position. The next shooter on the team, I was about to get to it. Alright, try not to interrupt. If you want to interrupt, just only do it, of course, if I forget or if it's super important. But yes, that was next, right? Okay, so first NPC to fire at them is Asbjorn, right? So Asbjorn fires his sling and stones on their position. And he missed. Okay. Alright, Beric is next. He has no bow, so he does nothing. He just stays in the grass. Krill has a sling. He'll fire. Miss. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's check ammo real quick. All shooters lost 1 ammunition. Okay, next is Bullets and Armandus and Benzel's crew. You 3, do you want to continue east or something else for the next turn?
I is ahead of us. I'm in the middle, and Asmundus is behind us with the bow.
Sure.
So Asmundus, do you hear me? Is Asmundus here? Yes. Okay. Me and Asmundus, we are deciding to attack Benzo. I'm charging with my spear. He's readying the bow, and we are attacking Benzo. What?
Okay.
Asmundus can agree with me if we are on the same page, right?
Okay, so Armandus, you just watch Bullet attack Benzo. Alright. Is there a particular reason why you're committing a crime against your own person, your own team? Team killing? Alright then. So, yeah, just saying, team killing is a chaotic thing to do, and you can be removed from the game, right, for betrayal, right? So, you want to? You proceed. Alright, very well. We have a limited amount of time to play, and
Asmundus, are you with me? Yes or no? I'm charging. The formation is clear. She is in front. I'm attacking from the back with a spear.
we don't know what happened yet because we didn't roll the dice or decide yet. We are still figuring out what you're doing. Alright. Also, we are another hour into our game. Are you guys all good to continue? Do you need a break? Alright, so we are an hour in, so we'll take a 5-minute break. When you come back, we'll continue. Take 5. Alright, we're back in. It's been roughly 5 minutes, and we have to declare our actions. This crew has declared their actions. We're going to resolve their actions after everyone declares their actions. Everyone has a chance to tell me what they'll do this turn before we actually find out what happens. So, after this, it's this crew here. It's of course Ursa's party. Ursa, with your party oh yeah, before this happens, actually your spell went off, right? You cast sleep on the enemy position. Let's see how many you affect. It gives me 2d8 hit dice worth of the enemy, right? So let's see. Rolling 4. You only affect 4 out of the 16. They gotta make a saving throw versus spells. Pass, pass, fail, fail. Only 2 fall asleep. So out of this crew, it drops down to 6 here because some are asleep. So 6, 1 dead, 2 sleeping. Okay, so yeah, you hit them with the sleep spell, right? In that round, and then this next round, do you want to start to return fire? Do you want to retreat? Do you want to charge or something else? What's your move, Ursa?
I'm gonna ask John. He could try to go and help Zeus.
Alright,
To give him some more help.
you have 10 seconds to say something, right? You don't have all day, so you say, John, go help him, right? Alright, that'll be John's move. So John, you're rushing towards Zeus, and then Ursa gave you orders. And were you doing anything while giving him orders, Ursa?
I just cast him on.
No, it's the next turn. That was from last turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I wish I had a
Okay, you just.
wait, I am telling Robin.
You already said something. You cannot say more than one thing per round. You just told.
Okay.
You used your speaking turn to tell John to move south to Zeus. Alright. Okay, so also in your crew is Robin. Robin, do you want to keep firing your bow or something else?
I can get fine with that.
Alright. The NPCs without missiles, they remain in cover behind the grass, right? So they're just crouched. But they're not really covered, they're just concealed. The one who has, or the two who have slings, fire back. And last but not least, Zeus. You want to keep rushing north or something else? You're badly injured, right? You got two holes, and you're about to make another saving throw versus death in a moment, because it's about to be 2 rounds. Or you're gonna make 2 saving throws. We're gonna make one for your bleeding from the neck and one for your side wound. Yeah, you're leaking in 2 areas. Alright. So what happens, of course, is yeah, John, you're rushing there, but most of the crew is holding back, right? You're 30 feet from, or you're more than 30 feet from his position. You're about 45, 50 feet from Zeus. So by the time you get to him, he's probably gonna be dead, right? We're bombarded by enemy fire. We return fire, but they have the high ground and initiative here, since we're looking up at them. We're trying to fire. I guess we'll do initiative roll here. So the enemy fire together with initiative 3. We return fire. It's all simultaneous. All right. 14 rounds on our position, and we return fire with just a few of us. The ones standing, or the ones taking fire. Okay, so we know what's happening here. Armundus watches as Bullet attacks Benza from behind. But while that's happening, with a spear. Okay, so you thrust your spear into her right before the enemy fire on our position, so they spin their slings and shoot their stones. And before they can do that, you attack the Benzo from behind. Okay, so here's your attack roll. Benzo, what were you doing? Did you just want to defend yourself? Or did you want to just stand there and let him stab you? What did you want to do in response? He's about to stab you from the back. Yeah, she's behind you. Or I mean, she's in front of you. Yeah. So you. I'm not asking you, Bullet. Listen carefully. I'm asking her what she does. Ben's the situation is you are running across the field and Bullet was behind you. He stops for a moment, right? You want to keep moving across the field, or do you want to do something else? Alright, awesome. She's not paying attention. Alright, you stab her in the back, and she doesn't react to it, right? She doesn't even defend herself because she's a character's AFK. She kind of just breaks down. You know, she kind of halts. She realizes you're not moving. She stops moving, and you stab her right in the back. You automatically hit her, and because she can't defend herself here, right? She's just standing there. You can deal double damage. So here's your damage. 6 damage. Congratulations, you just committed a crime against one of your own, and you gained the chaotic realm, right? So one more bad thing you do against your own party or in the game, you are kicked out, right? So you got a warning. You get negative XP, right? So you lose experience. Experience is your reputation, right? Like how competent are you at your job, right? Shows that he's worse at his job. Yep, one more time you get kicked out. You get one warning and then you're out. Okay. So, right. You guys stabbed Benz on the back. Armandus watches, and while that happened, of course, we took fire. We have 14 shooters, and those who are visible include Armandus and Bullet, and then everyone here except those who are crouched, which the only ones crouched are the ones who are not firing, right? So it's just the NPCs that are not firing. Out of the 14 shots, these 6 here focus their fire on this crew, while these 8 focus their fire on this crew. They can see Zeus is about to die, so they give up shooting Zeus. They're just gonna let him bleed out. But these 6 will start with them firing here. 3 shots toward Armundus, who's behind Bullet. He's a little harder to hit. You guys are actually moving east, so actually he's equally hard to hit. Okay, you guys have no cover though, and they got the high ground. So 3 rounds against Armundus. All except one miss, one huge miss. The guy who missed heavily ended up dropping or spilling his bag of stones as he reached into his pouch. Right, he like grabbed at his pouch and accidentally pulled out or spilled his stone. So he takes around to like pick up his ammo if he wants to retrieve his ammo. The other guy fired and hit and dealt a total of 1 to 4 divided by 2 damage. I mean divided by 2, yeah. So 2 damage to Armundus. Did he survive it? Let's find out. No. Armundus has 2 hit points, so saving throw versus death. He failed. Yeah, the stone hit him right through the head, and he fell dead. So banged his helm. Right. Armundus is dead. Right. So fractured skull and dead. Right. Thanks for playing, Tito. You seem like a decent fellow, but sorry you lost tonight. Again, thanks for playing. Have a good night, brother. Take care. Yep, it'll be reported in the campaign reports. Goodbye. See you. Alright. Let's see if Bullet survives. He gets bombarded by 3 shots. Miss, and 1 hit. Okay. 1 damage. Alright. Did he survive it? Bullet has 1 hit point. Saving throw versus death. He died. He also died. Right after stabbing Ben's on the back, he's bombarded by stones. A stone hits him right in the neck, and he falls dead. The entire eastern crew has fallen. Right. I guess he put her out of her misery. I don't think she even cares. She's not really paying attention anyway. Let's see. So as this crew is demolished, the other crew here is bombarded by 8 shots. They try to return fire. Some of them do. The ones who return fire include Robin, firing from the field still. He does get a hit this round. He will end up killing one of the enemy at least. Most likely. Also hitting, let's check for the NPCs. 1 hit from the NPCs, so that's 1 sling stone. That would also be possibly a kill. Alright, no, it's a wound. So you've wounded 1 heavily out of these 8. While the kobolds are at 1 of 4 hits left. So we wounded one. We got one wounded out there. And then let's check for if he will kill one. The bowman, 2d8. Yeah, he definitely will kill one. And then we know John was rushing towards Zeus' position. And then we also took fire. So out of the 8 shooters, so we know one of them will die, one of them will take a wound, but they all fire simultaneously. So before that one dies, he actually fired as well. We take 8 shots, and yeah, half their crew fires, or no, all their crew is firing. Yeah, all 8. So they're firing sling and stone, and we take 8. Yeah, take 8 shots. 2 are headed for John. John's moving towards Zeus. Let's see if they take John out as he runs across the field. Miss and miss. Oh, okay. John made it, or he made it very close to Zeus. Let's see if Zeus survives. Zeus saving throw versus death. You have to make 2 because you have 2 major injuries leaking. Pass and pass. You somehow are still alive. So you haven't bled out from your neck yet or your side yet. You're somehow still alive, right? You're like crawling to John. You're about to close the distance with him. He's running across the field. He did not get hit. And then the rest of the crew back here that, of course, are standing in the open, taking fire. This includes, this is 6 shots from the enemies, and we have 2 NPCs standing. We have Robin standing, and we have Ursa standing, right? So 4. Out of the 4 of you, all of you will take 1 shot at least, but they're gonna target the bowman twice because he's a threat. So, and one of the slingers because they're a threat. So bowman takes 2. So that's of course Robin. 2 shots come toward you. Robin is maybe hit twice. Let's check his hit points and armor class. Poor Robin has 6 hit points. He has only a helmet on. Alright, so Robin, sadly, you are hit twice. The damage is halved though, fortunately. So 1d4 plus 1d4 divided by 2 each, so minimum damage is 2. Alright, so we got 2 and 1, so 3 damage total. You somehow survived. You're bombarded, you're hit twice. You take 3 wounds, right? You have 3 hit points left. So he's hit in the shoulder, he's hit in the leg, right? And he's still standing after firing and killing one of them. Nice. John is Robin is a pretty tough cleric. He holds his ground despite having 2 holes in him now, right? 2 small holes. Alright. And then as he's shot up, another slinger shot up. This is one of the NPC guys. It's Krill. He gets fired at twice. Does he survive? He survived. Both were misses, it looked like. Yeah, both shots were misses. And then the last one getting shot at is Asbjorn, right? Asbjorn survives as well. Missed him. Alright. So the combat is going alright. We're seems to be losing kind of, but starting to come back to us, right? We know John was about to get to Zeus. It's John the second here, running across the field. So in the next turn, all these guys are dead. Thank you guys for playing if you're still here. Otherwise, have a good night. And then the main crew up here, you're gonna tell me what your next turn is gonna be. So starting with Ursa, you know, you're standing in the field still. You shouted orders to John. What's your move this round? Hello?
Yeah.
I'm asking you for one action. So what are you doing? Are you asking your comrade for what he's...
I'm asking Krill, not Krill, I'm asking Merrick and
Alright, the cleric guy, or the holy man? You're like, Beric, should we retreat? And see how he responds. He responds negatively and says, if God wills it, we will win. Right? And that's what he says about the situation. And then that's all you're doing this turn. And as you're doing that, did you want to take cover in the grass, or do you want to keep standing out in the open?
Yeah, I'll take cover.
Alright, you crouch down in the grass. You're concealed, but you're not covered, so you can still be shot at. Let's see, John, You want to keep going towards Zeus or something else? You're about to close the distance with him, and he's leaking. You can reach him, yeah, and you can get some bandages out, right? If you have any, or if he has any. Let's see. So yeah, you can at least cover him too, but can't stop the bleeding without bandages. Naturally, the blood just go through your hands. Looking at, so yeah, you'll run to him and search for bandages because I don't think you have any, John. If I look at your sheet, yeah, you have none, but maybe Zeus has his own. Did Zeus carry bandages? Yeah, they're pretty cheap, but no, he didn't bring any. Okay. It's not enough, right? It wouldn't soak it wouldn't stop the bleeding. He has 2 holes in him. His clothes is already soaked in blood, right? 1 tunic is not gonna do the job, right? You gotta stuff it. Alright, and you're not there, yeah. Nope. No, no, no. It's not your turn. If he wanted to use his tunic, he would ask me if he could, right? Alright. You gotta really stop, yeah, not speaking when it's not your turn. It slows us down heavily. Appreciate your ideas, but if that's your idea, you should say that for your turn, right? Not for someone else's turn. Alright. So it's John's turn. So John gets to Zeus, looks for medical supplies, and realizes there's none. So I guess it's just the final words, right? You can watch Zeus pass. You see this old dwarven veteran from the old wars, right, dying in your hands, right? As you're bombarded with stones. Is there anything else you want to do about the situation, John? You can loot him, John, if you want. You see, like, on his belt is a very good-looking mace, right? It's a magical mace, I think. Or a masterwork mace. Hammer, yeah. A masterwork warhammer on his belt. It's masterly crafted. You want to grab it? You can, like, pass it on to his son if you want, or keep it for yourself. Before, of course, you get... Yeah. So you cover yourself with the shield and take his hammer. Yeah, if you can survive the shooting. Alright, so you'll salvage what you can from Zeus's corpse, or soon-to-be corpse. As you're doing that, the rest of the crew is either taking cover or firing back. And Robin, it's your turn again. Do you want to keep shooting back at them, or do you want to start retreating, or something else? Alright, you're returning fire, and the situation is really grim. Half your crew was literally obliterated from the enemy fire a moment ago, and it's about to be finished off, right? The only ones firing back this round, I'm gonna make them. We haven't lost half our crew yet, so no morale check yet for the NPCs. But yeah, it's just Robin and Asbjorn and Krill. Those 3 are firing. They continue firing toward the fortification. The kobolds continue firing down at us. Out of the 13 shooters, 3 of them target John, while the other 10 target the rest of us. Yeah. Alright, so 13 shooters. Yeah. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna start with John. He's taking. Yeah, you'll make 1 every round because of the neck wound, and 1 every other round because of the side wound. But it's gonna happen near the end of the round. So yeah, you'll make your saving throw at the end of the round. The start of the round, it starts with shooting. So shooting is the first part of the round, and we're gonna start with the 3 shots coming toward John as he tries to grab your hammer. And none of them hit, fortunately. His shield protects him well, right? It bombards John's position. He's covered by his shield. He takes your hammer. John, you now have the hammer, right? It's a very good one. Let's see. Holstered Masterwork Warhammer. So you have it in your hands at the moment. You dropped your mace to take it, so you currently have the mace in the ground. If you want to take the hammer fully, the best way to do it is to stuff it in a bag if you have one, or to strap it on yourself, right? It's got a holster, so you have to take 1 round to holster it to your belt. But, let's see. Your mace is on the ground. If you want to keep both weapons, you just have to either sheathe your mace in its holster. Actually, you'll probably just do that. And then carry the hammer with the belt on it, or the holster. So Something like that is going to happen. He's probably going to take another round to strap them both on his belt. That way, or keep one weapon handy, but have both holsters on his belt so you can unequip them whenever he wants to. But oh yeah, I want the helmet too. Yeah, so you can do that next round while you're holstering to grab it. Yeah, I can see that happening. So to put the holster on you, it takes a round. To put a weapon in a holster, it's pretty quick. It takes half a round, right? So I see your character basically in this round. He unbuckled the holster from Zeus and then took the whole hammer and holster off of him, right? That's all he was able to accomplish this round. But next round, he can buckle the holstered hammer onto his own belt, and then of course take the helmet and put it on his head, right? Let's see. But I think you already have a helmet, John. Let's see. Yeah, you do. You have a helmet and gambeson and shield. So, alright. So that's what John was up to. Our party here returns fire on the position. Do we have the initiative? We have 5. They have 5 simultaneous still. We fired with our character. First up to shoot is Robin. That's a hit from Robin. Our slingers miss and miss. Incredible miss. One of our slingers ends up basically he ends up throwing his sling. The sling goes flying out of his hand when he like launches it, right? The stone takes the sling with it. So one of our shooters disarms himself temporarily. He can go pick up his sling again, but he dropped his sling upon firing his stone, and the stone went way out of range, right? But yeah, 1 hit only, and that was from our bowman. He's really very good at shooting his bow right now. Only did 2 damage though against one of the enemy. I say he went for the wounded one, so that's a kill. Certainly a kill. Before it dies though, it will return fire. But there will be 3 dead kobolds soon. This would be 4 now, but before that it's 13. Yeah, it's these still 10 shots coming toward us. We take fire, 10 shots on our position. Out of the 3 of you, all of you will take 3 except the bowman takes 4. They really want that bowman dead eventually. He's doing heavy damage in the field. Bowman takes 2 hits, and the damage total is, or actually that's no 3 hits actually. Yeah, he only has a helmet on, so that's 3 hits. All of this is divided by 2. Minimum damage is 3. 1, 1, and 2, so 4 damage total. That's a death, right? So he died. He finally died. He takes 3 more shots. After he kills one of the kobolds up there, stone goes into his next shoulder, another stone goes through his gut, another stone goes right through his chest. He's full of 5 holes now, right before he died. He took 5 shots before he died. So, freaking, our cleric fought hard and long, right? And he got a couple kills out there before he was just filled with holes, right? And died. Negative 2 hit points. Alright, rest in peace, brother. Or negative 1 hit point. So yeah. Thanks for playing Stingy. Because you chose to stand and fight, you died, right? The best option would have been to flee at that point, but you chose to keep fighting, and so you died.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you for playing, brother, but that's it. You lost all your money, you lost all your experience now because you're dead. And despite your losses, yeah, again, thank you for playing. Have a good night, brother. Yeah. Your next game, hopefully you will be able, you will get to at least inherit some of this XP as money. And then if you're the son of Robin, so maybe your crew members can salvage some of your gear and give it to your next character if you play again. Yeah. Take care. Have a good night. You're one of our best. So now Stingy is out of the game. Next target is Krill, right? Krill gets lit up 3 times. Miss, miss, and miss. He survived. And here comes our cleric guy, Beric. Miss, hit, miss. 1 hit, half damage. And Beric takes 1 damage. He's still alive. He's praying to God now. right, from the grass. Or not Beric. Beric does not get hit. He's praying. He cannot get hit. He's hiding behind the grass. It's Asbjorn that got hit. He was the one up and standing. The old farmer gets hit and he dies. He only had 1 hit point. He can make a stand over his death though at least, because it was only 1 damage. Oh, maybe he survived. No wait, he's level 0, so he needed at least. Let's check. Level 0. Death. He needed a 14. Okay, he survived. He's still standing. Alright, so Asbjorn is still standing, but he's got a hole in him that's leaking. He's bleeding out. He's bleeding out from his a limb, so it's not too serious, right? He took a bad shot to the leg. He's bleeding out from his leg, so disabilities. If he survives this, he'll have a battle scar on his leg. Punctured the leg, and it's bleeding. Right, he hit an artery or something, right? Three couples are dead. John wants to claim the experience. Okay, sure. But thing is, I don't think John got any of those kills, right? Let's see. But I guess he can claim it. Yeah, he can claim it though, since the one who did get those kills is dead anyway. So. Alright, so he claims them, claims those kills, and he gets the experience for it, and he gets to level up on the spot then. So John, since you're leveling up on the spot in the midst of the field, you gotta pick a class then. The class recommended for you is Magic User, or Cleric, or Elf. What's your pick? Cleric, okay. Good choice. I mean, he still can't do anything with it. He needs a spellbook, right? Alright, so your hit points remain at 4 because 3 is lower. But you have 1 out of 15 XP now. And as soon as you get a holy symbol, you can start praying to your god, right? For his blessings or his protection. But yeah, John is a cleric. He's in the midst of the field, still trying to protect Zeus. And situation is very grim right now. We are nearing the end of our maximum game time, so to wrap the story up, do you guys want to stay and fight, or do you guys want to just retreat at this point? John could drag Zeus out of there because there's nothing you can do for Zeus here. Zeus, do you have any final words before you die? Because you're probably gonna die now. Oh, you're still alive for another 10 seconds. Alright. So John, you managed to get the Warhammer off of him. You managed to put it on your belt. Maybe there's anything else you want to take from him. Oh yeah, he does. You wanted the heavy helmet? Yeah, he has a better helmet than you. Yeah, you took off his heavy helmet and put it on yourself. So you take his helmet off, you put it on yourself, right? You put your own. Yeah. Alright, you just drop your old helmet because you have nowhere to put it, so it just falls on the ground. But yeah, he's still alive. Zeus calls you a thief, right? And then he's dying though. Blood is, pouring out of his mouth, right? He's got a hole in his neck and a hole, or a grazed neck. It's not a big hole, but the side of his neck is sliced open. And of course, the side of him, there's a big hole, spurting blood, leaking blood everywhere. As he's leaking and you're watching him, or I guess, yes, sending him off to his death, right? Hearing his final words. The rest of the crew, are you guys retreating or something else? Alright, making your way out of the field. Carefully, those in cover continue to crouch movement out of here. The whole crew is starting to take cover in the grass. We take fire. The grass does conceal us, but we're not immune to being shot still. It gives us half or -2 armor class for just being concealed, but we're still somewhat visible. Naturally, we're just in the grass. The enemy try to shoot us still. We're taking fire as we retreat. Most of them focus their shots on John now at this point since we're retreating. I think these 4 here fire at the north position, and these 8 fire on John. So we'll start the north position. All of you take 1 shot, starting with so Robin's already dead. Starting with the NPC Barrick. He gets hit. Took 1 damage and still survives. Old Barrick is alive still. He's got 2 hit points out of 3. So he lives to tell the tale of how he watched another battle. Remember, the story behind Barrick was he watched the Crusade back in the day along the waters, right? He watched a battle. Today he watched the war against in the hills, right? He watched a battle that took place in the field east of his hamlet. He's just kind of a witness to these wars. But he prays and gets hit once as he runs away with y'all. Asbjorn gets targeted again. Asbjorn is dying. He's got a wounded leg. He's bleeding from his leg. He gets shot. He's moving at half speed. And yeah, Asbjorn is down. Or no, that's not a hit. That's a miss. Okay. Actually, no, he's retreating though. Yeah, that's a hit. His back is turned. So Asbjorn gets hit. Took 1 damage. Saving through his death again. And poor old Asbjorn kicks the bucket, right? Hole in his leg, now hole in the back of his head. You got someone killed, right? So it does consider that is a loss of reputation, right? Once you can get his corpse back. So typically when people die in your crew, it's like minus experience. You lose experience points when people die in your crew. Alright, or you get less rewarded, less experience. Alright, so now that Asbjorn is dead, next up in your crew to get shot up is it would be Ursa, right? Okay, missed you. Misfire on you. And last but not least is Krill. Alright. Okay, that missed Krill. Alright. Yeah, that missed. Okay. Alright, so you guys fled the field. Now it's time for John and Zeus, right? They bombard John's position. They see Zeus is about to die anyway, so they just shoot up John's position. 8 stones come hurling down on poor John. Yeah, it helps him. There's nothing you can really do. Yeah, John, you cover yourself with the shield. You've got the heavy helmet on now too. But still might not be enough against the enemy fire. Yeah, it goes through the shield and into your body, right? So the 17 is really high. That 16 is pretty high. Let's check out John's armor class. With the heavy helmet, his armor class went down to armor class, and he has a shield. Okay, so 3 here, and then yeah, 3 at default is so that brings it to armor class 6, and then with the shield's defense against the stones, that's an extra -4. So yeah, armor class 2, so only a 17 or higher would hit. But of course, the enemy have the high ground, so it's a +1, -1 for visibility because they can't see well during the day. So that negates, and that's it. So, oh yeah, yeah, sure. You're in the tall grass. Yeah, the tall grass conceals you because you're not standing anymore. You're crouched in the tall grass, so you're only half visible to them. Yeah, because there's grass, it's hard for them to see you. So, therefore, you get a slight bonus. The grass can't cover you, but it can conceal you, making it hard to see. So all it does is a -1. The grass is -1. So, because of that, they missed you by, I think, 1 point. Let's see. Yeah. So they need a 16 or no, like for the most part they need like an 18 to hit you right now with your current position, since you're hiding behind the grass, shield, and heavy, pretty good armor on too, right? Full body protection, gambeson, helm, shield, right? All parts covered. So yeah, you survived the bombardment of 8 fucking stones, right? You want to start retreating at this point, John? Carefully back up through the field, right? Shield in front of you. Shields are very good against projectiles. Alright, so John, the whole crew is retreating. We leave Zeus to bleed out and die. Let's check if Zeus dies. Another saving throw.
I mean,
Yeah, at that point he died. There's a 2.
that point I died, yeah.
Yeah, John survived super long, despite most people couldn't survive that. A fucking hole in their neck and a hole in their side. Yeah, they would be dead by then. But Zeus held up for a long while. Alright. He is not a man, he's a dwarf, man. Okay. Not a human man. Alright, anyway, the battle was lost. The sleeping kobolds don't count as kills, so no experience there. We already claimed the 1 experience that these guys provided for getting that 1 kill. But the battle was lost. We lost a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men during the charge. Alright. As worth -5 experience technically for any level 1s at least. -0.5 for any level 0s. And this negates from, of course, the XP that you would earn from this story. But we already awarded it to John. It's just, yeah. Moving forward, I would say, it is a -5, but nothing we can really do about it. Yeah, I'm not going to penalize your experience. You can claim the 1 experience you got, but you've lost your reputation with the Hamlet. Consequences of all this, of course. Naturally, the consequence for losing a PC is less player characters, but the consequence for getting the villagers killed is pretty severe, right? You got 0 villagers killed, I think, actually. So, yeah, none of the villagers died. They were just wounded, so they got out of here alive, fortunately. But yeah, just a lot of adventuring mercenaries in the town got killed on the way there. The major consequence, of course, for losing this battle is now the enemy becomes stronger and more experienced, right? So next time you come to fight them, because they won this battle, they'll be upgraded. On top of the loot that they claim from these kills, some of them will be more skilled and better at fighting, right? They'll become bodyguards or chieftains, right? And have more troops. Alright, so you're letting them win. So, because we lost this battle, they actually get stronger, right? They get more skilled. So, future fights against them will be harder until someone deals with them. Until they spread their forces out enough for them to weaken themselves, or someone stronger comes and crushes them, right? But the kobolds have established themselves and have made it known that they are a force to be reckoned with in the Eastern Hills. That'll be it for tonight. Thank you guys for playing.
How much did they increase?
For this victory, basically, for all the level 0s that got killed, that would actually add some reinforcements to their troop, so it would grow in numbers. So, either that, or at least one of them will become a kobold bodyguard for killing Zeus, which is a sworn enemy and level 1 fighter. So they would get 4 reinforcements for the 4 normal kills they got on the position. And then of course, for killing Zeus, they would gain a bodyguard, someone to lead them, right? So they already had, naturally they already had, this is a horde, so technically out of this horde there would already be some bodyguards, but they get a new bodyguard. Typically, these hordes have 1d6 bodyguards, and now they have 6, 5 plus 1. So 6 kobold bodyguards. That would be inside the hill, though. So 6 kobold bodyguards who protect the chieftain. And actually, every pack has, or every horde only has 1 chieftain. Who's very powerful, of course. Alright. And that is the enemy. They have they've grown in power to some extent for the 4 kills they got, and the dwarf kill they got. They got a bodyguard for that. Alright, that's it. We lost. Thanks for playing, guys. Have a good night. I'll see you guys next time.